It's beautiful to see a Jew praise next to the House of Mary. The House of Mary, the Dormition Church, is in front of you. The church is new, it's only from 1900, but I will show you soon a stone from the 4th or 1st century that some believe it's from the time of Mary. In this tour, I will talk a lot about Mary, actually, most of the time about Mary, but I will talk about places that we will see on the way. Then let me show you. The church is closed now because they're renovating it. And I might add into that video a video that I made at Pentecost 2021, and that was the last day that the church was open, and now it's closed for a few years. Then that's the entrance. We'll go to the stone that I promised you to see. I don't know why he's praying here, but you can see that maybe because it's quiet and there's no one here, and maybe, I don't know, maybe, but you can see that he was black. I'm not using the word African Americans or whatever, maybe because I don't know where he came from, and I believe that in America you're not using the word Irish Americans, or maybe you do, then I don't know. Then for me, black and white, it's the same, it's beautiful. There's no money for colors, and if I'm talking about that, I'm getting response from time to time that Jesus was black, Jesus was white. Who cares? Jesus was a Jew. Maybe he was brown, maybe he was black, maybe he was white. It's the same for me. That is one stone from 1st century or 4th century, we don't know, but according to tradition is part of the House of Mary, because the church is new. And what's happened here? I will talk about it on the way, because anyhow it's closed. And again, I will try to add the Pentecost tour into that video. I'm not sure that I will. It all depends how long it's going to be, because it's going to be long. I don't want to talk in front of that man that prays now, because let him pray. Then the House of Mary is in front of you. The Dormition Church belongs to the Germans, Catholic. The place that Mary fell asleep / died. According to Catholic, Greek Orthodox, she never died. She fell asleep. Jesus took her soul immediately, and then they bury her at Kidron Valley, Josaphat Valley, very close to Garden of Gethsemane, and Jesus took her body 3 days later. Before I will show you something, look at the top of the dome, with the cover of the dome from the inside part. You can see Jesus in the center, and so many women stories about Mary herself. It's like the prefiguration of Mary. You can see here Ruth, Esther, Eve. Even Eve is prefiguration of Mary, but Mary decided not to commit the sin. Eve did it. Then let me show you something important. Look above you. You can see Mary holding Jesus' baby. No, that's what you think is. You can see Jesus holding the soul of Mary, and the body is still here. Then they will bury her, and she will Assumption. I mean, this is the Assumption Day in August 15. Here it is. Now, why that place is open? Because lately, because of coronavirus, it's closed. You can hear the bells. It's open because of Pentecost. Why? Why Pentecost? The room of the Last Supper is not here. But the room of the Last Supper is held by, it's owned by the Israeli government. Because of so many political reasons. One of them is it was built on top of King David's tomb, which is a synagogue. Then there's a lot of problems. This is the closest place to the Pentecost room. You can see Mary is in the middle. The disciples are around her. Remember, Judas is not here anymore. And the Holy Fire from the Holy Spirit by the shadow of a dove. Amazing. Then one of the most amazing or important days to visit the Dormition Church. Dormition. Beautiful church. Amazing. Yeah. Church. Then you know what? Let's talk about what's happened to her. But the sun is going to be in your eyes, and I'm trying to avoid it. It's August, almost 15. I'm doing that video because the Ascension Day, according to the Catholic, is at May 15 and 22, according to the Greek Orthodox. And usually when I'm dealing with Mary, I'm getting so many response. No, she didn't die. No, she didn't. She died. There's so many ways to see Mary. There's so many traditions. There's so many, different kind of Christians order see Mary in different ways. And guess what? It's beautiful. Then let's accept the idea that there are few traditions, because we don't know a lot about Mary. At the Gospels, she's mentioned 15 times. Not more than that. Mary Magdalene was mentioned something like 15 times as well, but even in better places, better duties than Mary, the mother. We were at Mount Zion, and we entered to Zion Gate, through Zion Gate to Doll City. Sadly, the 15th century, 16th century, when the Ottomans built that wall, they didn't even think about building surrounding the Mount Zion with walls. Then let me see what we are going to do, because I myself don't know. Why I don't know? I will tell you that soon. We are at Mount Zion. One option to go to the tomb, you saw where she lived, and we are going to try enter to the tomb, which I'm not sure that it will be open, is through there. The easy way is to go outside that city walls, which is from there, and I thought to do that. But there's so many things to see in the city, and there's so many things to talk about Mary in the city, and I'll try to mention Mary in different places. Then, as I believe, we will enter through Zion Gate to the area of the Armenian, the Jewish one, and we will continue to the Via Dolorosa, but before that we will visit at the Church of the Holy Sepulcher. And then we will go out through St. Anne Church, the place that according to what we believe she was born, and very close to the temple that she served. I know that some of you don't know that story. Don't be afraid, I will try to talk about everything. And then through the Lion's Gate to the Tomb of Mary, which I hope that will be open, because again coronavirus is hitting Israel again for the 4th time, and there are so many new rules now. Let's enter through Zion Gate to the city. it's a road that we have to take care that we are not going to die, that we won't die. And it's quite hot now, quite hot, really hot. It's gonna reach 40 degrees, 100 degrees Fahrenheit around it. I'm sweating as hell, and it's, I think, 9 a.m. I'm trying to reach the tomb of Mary before 12, because if it will be open today, they will open it until 12 o'clock, noon, and then they will close it because of the COVID-19. The church was closed for so many months. Last time that I visited the church was around a year ago. The Armenian Quarter is in front of you. All the shops are closed, mainly because there's no tourists, and most of them are tourist shops. We might open it later on. And I felt that I need to prepare that video. And yesterday I said to myself, they're gonna be locked down again soon, and I want to do that video before they're gonna do that. But the idea was to do the shortcut, go straight to the tomb and rush back home because it's hot. I decided not to. Then you're gonna suffer with me for a long time until the battery will be off. That is the ancient tomb, ancient street of Jerusalem, the Grotto, the street from north to south. You can see Mount of Olives there, and the Ascension Church. That's where Jesus ascended into heaven, and we are going to the lower part of it, to the Kidron Valley, to try to visit the tomb again. If it will be closed, don't worry, I will add a video that I prepared about the tomb, let's say a year ago. It looks the same, but I want to light some candles for my supporters that actually help me now, because I'm not working for more than 1.5 years. Some of you mention buy me a coffee apps, that through there you as my family now, and you are my family, can donate a little bit, and I promise to light some candles there. Later on I will go back to the Church of the Holy Sepulcher, because I want to do that video in one shot. We will visit the church soon, but I will go back for that to light some candles for some of you that ask me to do that. You can ask me to do this without supporting me as well, and I will do it happily. But thank you for the one who did it. And if you want to see the link of Buy Me a Coffee at the description, you will find not only that, you will find Facebook account, my Facebook account, and my Instagram account. Be my family. If you didn't subscribe that channel, and that's your first video of mine, let me tell you that I do have 19,000 videos about the Holy Land, Israel, and then be my family. There are no tourists. You are the tourists. You are my family. Then we are leaving the Armenian Quarter, entering into the Jewish Quarter. Look how beautiful it is. Remember the Ascension Tower, because there is a connection to Mary as well. Then Mary. You can see the tefillin on his head. Small box. The tefillin is a holy item that Jews usually put on the top of their head, and usually at the right hand as well. And in it, the few prayers that God told them to pray every day, except of Shabbat, Saturday. Then if you see that box, that's called the tefillin. Mary was mentioned only a few times. 5 of them are mentioned in the book of Matthew, and 4 of those were mentioned at the beginning, the first and second chapters. John never mentioned the word Mary. Mark mentioned only thing once, Mary, and this is considered to be the oldest version of the Gospels. Then at 50, 60, 80, they already knew that that is her name. Mary was a famous Jewish name until today. Miriam in Hebrew, Mariam in Arabic. If we are talking about Mary as an important woman, then let me tell you that in the Quran, the holy book of the Muslims, she mentioned more than the New Testament. There are 2 chapters dedicated to her at the Quran. What you can see here is the main street from north, which is that way, Damascus Gate of today, and you saw the end of it at Mount Zion. I mean, when we entered Mount Zion, I told you that that is Mount Zion Gate from the 6th century. This is the Jewish quarter. The Jewish quarter is new, although it's in the old city, mainly because at 1948 the Jordanians conquered the old city and destroyed the Jewish quarter. At 1967, when we came, we excavate. Then below the Jewish quarter, there are so many museums that you must visit. That is the ruined synagogue, the Hova synagogue, which was, it's a nickname of Yehuda Hasid synagogue. It's been destroyed twice by the Muslims, and they built it again. From the roof of it, you can see a beautiful view of the city, and I did a video of that too. Coffees. And if you are budget people, this is not the best quality, but excellent idea if you want to buy something to eat or to drink for almost 5-6 shekels. Then we are going through the Jewish quarter. We're heading now to the Church of the Holy Sepulcher to visit a few places that Mary was mentioned. Most of the stories are not from the Bible. That's why the Protestant are so mad at me, because for them Mary died, and for the Greek Orthodox, she died but nothing happened to her body, and then she was buried. Jesus took her body to heaven. For the Catholic, she never died, and she fell asleep. They took her to the Jesus took her soul immediately, and then they took her body. He took her body from the tomb itself. Then the tomb is empty, and Mary, the place that we saw, the Dormition Church, is the house of Mary. Mary, for the last time at the Bible, she mentioned at the Pentecost. She was part of the disciples group, and just after Jesus ascended in heaven. And that's it. We don't know what's happened to her according to the Bible. And don't worry, I will talk a lot about what's happened. At the beginning, Mary wasn't so important. For example, when St. Helen came to Jerusalem after the Constantine turned the Romans into Christians, she built 4 churches in Israel. She never built a church for Mary. Few years later, it was written, I'm talking about 4th century, that John went to Ephesus. They never mentioned Mary. We don't know if Mary was with them or not. I'm saying it mainly because there is a tradition, a huge one, mainly a Catholic one, that John took her Mary with him, and I will show you soon why. And she went to Ephesus. I mean, they went to Ephesus, and the house of Mary and her tomb might be there too. The mansion of the 4th century already, the 5th, that John went to Ephesus, but at the beginning no one mentioned Mary. The Mary, maybe Mary stayed in their house that you saw. Or maybe she went with him and then she came back. It's a little bit difficult for me to believe that Mary went with John, although John been asked by Jesus to take care of the mother of Mary, mainly because she was a little bit old for that. It wasn't easy. They didn't take Air Turkey Airlines to there. Without noticing it, I climb up to the roof. It's like I'm totally not planning that tour. I'm letting the Holy Spirit to guide me, or my imagination, and I'm doing it. And it's quite hot, and there's no shade here, but the view is amazing. It might be that the sun will be in our eyes, but I want you to see the city, and almost every part of here connected to Mary. Remember, this tour, it's about Mary. Oh gosh, the view is amazing. Mount of Olives is in front of you. It looks so easy to reach it. It is, but it takes time. The Ascension Church is the tower that you see there. It's important to our story because the Greek Orthodox and the Catholic are heading another gospel. It's called Pre-Evangelion of James, and that is the main source of Mary, about what's happened to Mary before and after. There's no other source at the time of Jesus for Mary. And the source is that book and traditions. What we know that is that she was a Jewish woman, and as a Jewish woman she took care of her son, and she was the happiest mother when he was born, but immediately she understood that it's not a regular son. We know what's happened in Nazareth, for example. Another place that you can see here is the Dome of the Rock, which is the site of the Jewish temple. And according to the Pro-Evangelion, Mary was there from age 3 until she got the first period. She was holy, and we will talk about it. So as you can see, I'm actually adding more and more details about Mary. Then we will leave that lovely viewpoint, mainly because the idea is to give you a little bit of information about Mary and on the way about the city, and I do have some excellent videos that explain everything about that. For us, the temple and the Ascension Church is important because we know already that Mary served the temple, and we know that, now I will tell you that Mary was at that place, at the Ascension place, at that area when she saw an angel who told her, Mary, those are the last days on earth. He is calling you. And she said, all right, but give me 3 days. I want the disciples to say goodbye to the disciples and the community. And then she went to her house. Dormition Church, remember, we actually couldn't visit it, but we saw it. And the angels And then the disciples were there when she fell asleep or died. We already know that differences, those differences between different orders. From there, they took her body to the tomb at the Kidron Valley, and we are heading there. But on the way, we will enter to some sites that are very important or mention Mary. Mary became very famous at the 5th century when in Chalcedon they mentioned that she was the Mother of God. Even that Mother of God is a little bit difficult for some of you as Christians, because some of you see Mary as the vessel. She just carried the creation of God. She wasn't his mother, just like Joseph wasn't the father. Some people believe that she is then the Catholic and the Greek Orthodox, and other, like Coptic, believes that she was Mother of God. We will turn left. We were at Chabad Street. We are now turning left. And immediately to the right, to the Church of the Holy Sepulcher. The Church of the Holy Sepulcher is the place that Mary saw Jesus. That is where that he was crucified, died, and buried and resurrected according to so many traditions. Mary saw him. And let me tell you something about it. I do have a Jewish mother. I don't know if you do have kind of a Jewish mother. Greek, Italian, it's the same. And now you will tell me that it's the same everywhere, maybe, yeah. I believe that Mary knew that something bad will happen to her son. She knew it from the beginning, when she was at the Jewish temple. And Saint Simon told her, your son will die in front of your eyes, and it will be like a spear will enter to your heart. The sorrow, the pietà. You will see it at the church. Look at the bougainvillea. We are at the center of the city. Then while we are heading to the tomb, because Mary wasn't mentioned there, but part of the Via Dolorosa mentioned it. Via Dolorosa. And you know what? I'm almost sure that the Bible mentioned that she was there too, but I'm reading it so many times, then I don't know. I have to check it again. And you can check it for me as well. And please, if you reach that point, write me on YouTube that you are with me. They're only opening the shops now. I came early as I could. I woke up at 5 a.m. Go to the beautiful Lutheran Church. To reach that city as early as I can, I live as I could. I live in Tel Aviv. I took the fast train, which is the easiest and best way to reach Jerusalem. Then in the church we will see few places that mention Mary. But let me tell you that as a mother, I'm sure that she followed Jesus. Maybe not next to him, maybe 20 meters behind him. Maybe she hid himself from the Romans, but she was there for sure. I do have hundreds of videos about the Church of the Holy Sepulcher. You don't need me for that. I mean, this is not that video. You can watch it through my YouTube site, but we are climbing up to the Golgotha to talk about Mary there. The facade is from the 12th century, but the church itself was built in the 4th century. Until the 6th century, Mary wasn't the most important figure in Christianity, but later on she became one. Let's climb up to the Golgotha. That church belongs to different orders. It's not like a regular church that belongs to one order. We will visit here the Catholic, place of the Calvary, and the Greek Orthodox. Here, you can start to see the mother. In the Via Dolorosa Station, when they nailed him to the cross, two Marys were here. Mary the mother, standing in front of his body, was his son. Mary Magdalene anointing his body. Here you can see a few Marys, and one of them is Mary the mother, and John watching the crucifixion. When Mary was at the temple, around 40 days after Jesus was born, Saint Simon told her that the son will die in front of her eyes. It will be like a spear will enter to her heart. But this is the Pietà. Mary with a spear in her heart. Mary watching a son on the cross. The sorrow, the meaning of Mary as the one who suffered is a Catholic thing. Now I'm actually thinking about John. He said that the Catholic and the Jews actually suffer a lot, love to suffer. And when the Crusade built it, they added the Mary as the suffering woman, the sorrow Mary. Here, in front of the crucifixion itself, this is the crucifixion site, you can see John right here. This is the Golgotha, the Calvary. And this is where he was crucified. And here you can see Mary. While Jesus was on the cross, he asked John to take care of his mother, Mary. This is why we believe that Mary went to Ephesus, because we know that John went to Ephesus. And this is a tradition from 2nd century. Let's continue the story. Inside the church. Oh, sorry. Though there's no one there, the exit is from here. Let me just take another. I mean, it's amazing that no one is here. It's beautiful, isn't it? Later on, we'll come back, take some videos, and now I'll light some candles here. You know what? I can do it now. Yes, no, I can do it now. No. This tour is dedicated to Mary. Then later on I'll come back. Let me suffer for you as well. This is where he was buried. I want to show you where it is. Although Mary wasn't mentioned here, I'm sure that Mary came to visit his son as well. Then at the Golgotha, you can see the figure of Mary so many times. That's why they purified his body. Mary is next to his head. And on the way to the tomb as well, look at the mother touching the head of the son. According to the Armenians, this is the site where actually all the Marys, including Mother, stood and watched the crucifixion. And this is the tomb itself. We're going out of the church, but we're not going straight to the left usually, and that's what I'm doing because we're talking about Mary. I want you to see another unknown gate for the church. It was sealed by Saladin. That gate was built by the Crusader, and it's called Mary's Gate. Some say that, according to the letters of Paul, he knew that one way to convert the non-Jews into Christianity is to think about the figures that the goddess or the gods, the pagans' gods, that they are praying for, and Artemis was one of the main goddess there in almost every city. And listen to it. Then what he did, he changed that pagan figure into Mary. That Mary became the most famous figures in Europe. Mary became to be a very important figure. Remember at the beginning, she was the mother. Now she is more than that. Nika, she is the victory symbol. We are at the Christian Quarter Street. I'm making a huge detour, but it's important. We are at the Christian Quarter. Crusaders at the 12th century saw Mary as one of the most important figures ever. Catholics see it as well. Protestant, not so. Actually, some of my Christian Protestant friends say that the others believe in Mary more than Jesus. I don't know if it's true or not, but from time to time it feels like it. And this is Arch of the Virgin Mary. As you already know, that was one of the entrances at the Crusader time to Mary, to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. About Mary as a virgin woman. It's a difficult thing. Because when Josiah mentioned the sentence that every Christian knows that and then the Virgin will have a child and she will call him Emmanuel, whatever. The Jewish Bible didn't mention the word virgin. The Jewish Bible mentioned the word maid or young lady. But at the 3rd century, they already mentioned, actually the 2nd century as well, the church accepted the canon of the books. Wait a minute, a little bit of noise. That's a grocery car. Not easy, isn't it? He must be a good driver. Oh, yes, he's a good driver. Let him stop here and I can continue. It will be less noisy. Then from the 2nd century, people talks about Mary as Mary the Virgin. No one in Christianity anymore talks about any other option. Oops. Ooh, a little bit dusty. The idea is that she never had sex in her lifetime, at least until there. We have to deal with another story later on. And she conceived by God via the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. And in that matter, she was sinless. Because having sex is a symbol of sinners in a way. Then it is an option. Why not to believe in it? I believe in it. Lots of dust. What are they doing now? Cleaning and renovating. We are already at the Via Dolorosa. Via Dolorosa is the way of the cross, the way that Jesus walked from the judgment place to the crucifixion place. We just came from there, but we're doing it backward. And this is the 8th station. There are 14 stories, 40 stations. This is where the women of Jerusalem saw Jesus. Let's run away from here. Because there are no tourists, it's a very good option to renovate the shops. At the Via Dolorosa, Mary was never mentioned on the way of the cross. But according to the Catholic, she was here. And according to the idea of a Jewish woman, she was with him. Then this is the 7th station, that's where he fell for the 2nd time. And I mention it mainly because I'm Via Dolorosa is a story about Jesus, but most of the stations are not mentioned in the Bible. As you can see, there are only few people here. And that's a mufti going to is on a very good coffee here between the 7 to the 6 station. Then if you like excellent Arabic coffee, please stop there because he is a good man. And this is the mufti from the Mufti Cafe. And although we're not stopping now because I'm making a one-shot video, this is the one that you are going to stop to drink coffee. And let me show you his logo, El Mufti Cafe. All right, because it's not only a coffee, it's not only the best coffee in Jerusalem, it's one of the best, where is he? Best people to talk with. Then say goodbye to us. Just open his coffee place. Don't ever say no to him.
Lovely morning to everybody.
Yes.
Wish good time to be back. All the tourists.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Amen.
Drink coffee?
No, I cannot because it's one shot video. No, on the way back, I will.
Okay.
On the way back. I'm going to see the tomb of Mary, then it's far away.
God bless you. Have a good time.
Thank you very much.
All the best.
Bye-bye. Ma'asalama. Now, most of the people that I will talk here are Palestinians. And they're beautiful people. And I'm an Israeli guy. Remember where are the enemies? Oh, not here. We do have horrible people on my side. They have horrible people on that side as well. But most of the people are amazing. 6th station is where St. Veronique saw Jesus walking up. Remember, we are doing it backward. Already with Saint Simon, a Jew from Libya, were actually forced by the Romans to help Jesus carry the cross. It's so sad to see it so empty. It was a good idea to use that way and not outside the walls, because now I'm sweating as hell, but it's shade. There's shade here. I think what will happen to me, I will die. Although I bought two bottles of water, and I'm drinking a lot. You saw Greek Orthodox nun, and now an Egyptian Coptic. Maslomcha? Yeah, doing nothing. I mean, they're taking videos. Now listen to him. He and his wife. If you are next to him, this is his shop. Stop and buy something, because he is a good man. Shukran. Maslom ishtecha? The Dalel, it's not good. Oh, it's good. Oh, now it's good. No, now it sounds good. Okay, thanks God. And this is the 5th station, mentioned in the Bible. That's where Saint Simon helped Jesus to carry the cross. And according to tradition, that's where Jesus was standing. And he couldn't breathe, almost just like me, but I'm totally not like him. Because he knew that he's going to be crucified. He knew that he is going to die, to be born again, to resurrect. He knew that he was carrying his cross. He didn't drink, he didn't eat. They used to laugh at him. Not easy. We are already in the Muslim quarter. Then you can actually say that he saw the 4 quarters in that video. And soon we will talk about Mary again. Take a picture, all right. And here you can see the 4th and the 3rd station of the Via Dolorosa. In the third station, he fell for the first time. I know that it's noisy now, but the fourth station is important for us. The fourth station is where his mother met him. Now, the church is closed, but let me tell you that if you go through that Armenian Catholic church to the grotto, you will see a mosaic floor from the 5th century, and that's where she was standing while Jesus was walking here. And there's a wonderful statue with a beautiful meeting between the mother and the son. Sorrow. I can relate to it. And next to it, the toilet for women, entrance fee, free entry. You can see the police is guarding here. שמרו על עצמכם. And the Austrian hospice is a good place to visit. And you can climb to the roof of the Austrian hospice and watch the view of the city, which is a very good view. We turn right at just before the Austrian hospice, and it's the same Via Dolorosa Street. And you can see here, Greek Orthodox. And we're gonna climb it up. It's not easy. It's not difficult to climb, but still, it's not. It's a lot of walk today. And I'm gonna do that twice because I'm gonna go back to the Church of the Holy Sepulcher to light some candles. If the church, the tomb of Mary will be open, I will do that too. Then I will light candles in those two places, especially to the one who asked me from buy me a coffee. But I will light candles to everyone who will ask me. On the way you will see a few amazing places, and I choose that place because of another story. And although the church will be closed, it will be very important for me to talk about it next to the church. Prison of Christ, according to the Greek Orthodox, is here. We have 5 different prisons of Jesus in the city, and there's another tractor heading through us. A little bit far. I can continue. You can see in front of you part of an arch, but I will wait for the 2 tractors to disappear. They're gonna have a problem now, especially with that car. No? They did it. Ooh, almost. Now this is a victory arch built by Adrian in the 2nd century, but traditionally we believe that Pontius Pilate was looking down the street from that window and cleaned his hands. Ecce homo arch. Another one. Another big car behind us. Here it is there. Let them go. It will be difficult for them. And from here you're okay. Good. We did it. It belongs to the Sister of Zion Monastery. It's a beautiful place to visit. But everything is closed now. They started to open it lately, but because of the situation, though this year, this month, it's... No, thank you very much. That is the Antonia. Antonia, it's the place that King Herod built. I mean, this is not the one, but it was right here. And לא, תודה. כן, מה שלומך? אני עושה סרט לאנשים אלה שלצערי לא יכולים לבוא, אינשאללה. And that is the Antonia, that's where Pontius Pilate judged Jesus according to so many tradition, and because it's a Muslim school now, the first station and the second station is now indoors, right there. That's where, let's wait a little bit. That's where Jesus was judged, took his cross and started his walk to the crucifixion place. That's the beginning of the Via Dolorosa. We will continue all the way up. That guy asked me if I want to climb up to see the Antonia. I said no, because the story, not today, because the story today is about Mary. I'm going to Bethesda. Bethesda is the place that, according to the book of John, he cured a man that couldn't jump into the water for lots of years. And he had to be the first one to jump into the pools when the pools actually had like small waves, and but he couldn't stand. Then Jesus asked him, "Do you believe in me?" And he said, "Yes, then stand up and go." It was on Shabbat, which is excellent by the Jews to cure people on Shabbat, because the Shabbat, just like for the Jews, is less important than curing people. But the problem was that he asked him to take his bed and go. That the Jews didn't accept, because the idea to cure people is one, to work is no. It's a no idea. Lots of noise are here. Then I hope that you hear me. I will be quiet for like 20 seconds. Let me see. מה שלומך? בסדר. Good to see you. על הכיפק, אני כל הזמן חושב עליך שם, בתחנה 5. אבל אני כל הזמן נזכר בך, שם.
אני שם אחר
לא, it's okay. אני עושה סרט, אני אבוא אחר כך. אני אבוא אחר כך להגיד שלום. ביי, להתראות. Then he was at the 5th station of the cross. He had a shop here, but he moved here. Toilet are here as well. Entrance free. Women are here. The man is from the other side, and you can see here a floor from 3rd and 4th century. We are at the Lions Gate Street. It used to be the Via Dolorosa Street until the first station, and then it became to be the Lions Gate Street. I'm so thirsty, and there's so many places to drink, but Jesus didn't drink, and it's a one-shot video. I don't want to stop for that. I do have 2 bottles. After the Tomb of Mary, I will rest and drink. Then in that matter, we are going back to the Evangelion of James. Proto-Evangelion, which is from the 2nd century. And that tells us about Mary. Remember, I already started to talk about it, about the meeting of her with an angel on top of Mount of Olives. And that tractor wants to go in. They cannot really want him to open the entrance, but he's blocking the Bethesda entrance. Ooh, it's open. Then let's see if I can go in. St. Anne Church. It's open. Wow. Hi, sister. Thanks God that it's open. I'm a tour guide. Should I show you the... Or do you believe me? Sorry? Okay. Then I'm just taking a video. That's why it's difficult for me. No, at the pools. At the pools. I'm taking videos for 80,000 Catholic followers. That it's my video. It's, I'm doing it like then who can I ask? To ask him? Okay. Hi, Father.
Hello.
My name is Isaac. Can I stand in the shade? Yeah. I'm a tour guide.
Okay.
And I do have a YouTube channel with more than 80,000 Christians.
Broadcasting live now?
No, it's not. It's not live. But I might upload it to YouTube for them.
If you have to upload it, you have to take the permission of the French consulate first.
Then I won't upload it. If it's even if it's for me, it's okay.
No, we're not sure that we're not going to upload it.
All right, then how
It's
can I?
regulation, because this it belongs to the French territories.
I know. Then how can I get a
You have
permit?
to call them. You have to call the French consulate, and they will ask you any question. They will email us that you have the permission, and there's some
All right.
regulation to do. Because
Okay.
this is broadcasting, and you have some channel on the YouTube, so it's if it was private or personal, some picture doesn't affect.
All right, then in that case I will stand here and say goodbye, and next time I will call the consulate.
Yes, she can give you the phone number of the French consulate. Address to the phone number.
All right, no, I know that. I know the number. And sadly I cannot go into it, but that is the place of the pools, and that is the birthplace of Mary. And for me it's very important because I'm actually preparing a video of Mary. Then you saw that area. I will talk about it outside. It's open now every day until 12 or... Yes.
Except Sundays, of course.
Yeah, of course. I couldn't lie to him. I could say that I'm taking video for myself, but I'm not. Then if it's a French regulation, it's a French regulation. Who am I to deal with the church? I'm trying to look for a shaded area. Here it is. No, it's not live. Then, according to the Proto-Evangelion of James, Mary was born to a couple that lived here. Some people believe that it was in a different place, but I'm talking about the Proto-Evangelion. To a couple that couldn't bring children into the world, Anna and Joachim. Anna was too old, and the couple was too old, and they tried to bring children into that world without a success. It will sound exactly like the story of almost like Jesus and Mary. That in that matter, it's so sad that they didn't let me do that, but you know what? That's life. And the angel told them about it. They were laughing because they knew that they won't be able to do that. And the only art that you can see two people kiss each other is Anna and Joachim. Then Mary was born here. She was born with the help of God, without having sex. And she was already walking when she was 3 old months. When she was 3 years old, she was brought to the temple, and let me show you one of the entrances. She was brought to the temple, and she served the temple until age 12, 13, until she got the first period. When she got the first period, after that, she became unclean. Then in that matter, this is the same story of the birthplace of the Virgin according to the Greek Orthodox. Sadly, it's close to Corona. Then let's hope that the tomb of Mary will be open. That is one of the entrances to the Jewish temple, to Haram el-Sharif of today. Then she was there, but at the age of 13, her parents already died, and they didn't know what to do with her. They looked for someone who will take care of her, and that was an old man by the name of Joseph, who took her from here to... We are at the Muslim quarter, and you can hear the muezzin calling to pray. But we at a Crusader, in front of the Crusader church. According to the belief, that's where Mary, the mother, was born to Anna and Joachim. Let's go into that amazing Crusader church, one of the few in Israel that never been destroyed. Actually, they've been damaged a little bit, but not destroyed. And the acoustic here is amazing. Look how beautiful out there. Columns and the nave. And here you can see the statue of Mary. And Mary as a child and Hannah as the mother. It's not Jesus and Mary. Let's look back at the nave, but we'll go to the grotto to see where she was born. Today it's a Catholic church. Excuse me. That is the birthplace of Mary. What is beautiful to see is a Greek Orthodox icon. Let me put... Wait a minute, yes. November 2018, the Nativity Church of Mary, the Mother of Jesus, and that chapel down there is the Nativity itself. They are very close to the Lion's Gate. The stairs will take us to the Nativity.
You want to go back across? Yeah.
Family, according to what I know or what I see, this is the place. Yeah. You see ancient mosaic floor, and it might be that that's where Mary was born. You can see Joachim and Hannah holding Mary, and I believe that this is the spot itself of the Nativity. And they usually, if they did it, it's something special in it. Let me see. Oh, maybe the cradle was there. Yeah, why not? Why not to believe that it was right here? Never been here before.
No.
No, me. I've never been here before. For me, it was the church itself. We are in March 2020.
It's down there.
Then I want to see it, because if it's my first time, if it's here by you, I'm going to see it. We saw the Nativity. We are now going all the way down to see what's happening there. You see that it's old. Oh, and it's not the end.
Watch your head.
Yes. I realize it. Thank you. Wow, it's amazing. For me, it is amazing. Trying to figure out what they use it for. It looks like a water system. Oh, wow. Again, Mary and Joachim and Hannah and God himself. You see the eye of God. I don't know what they use it for before, because I'm trying. It can be a water system, but it's not. I cannot see the plaster here. And it's not tombs. Maybe a storeroom. Or maybe people live there.
Maybe they just came down here when it was hot.
You're right. This is the beauty of the cave. All right, I'm going out. Then we saw the Nativity of Mary. And we're climbing all the way up. Jerusalem. We are leaving the city through the Lion's Gate, which is the only gate that you can enter straight in. Before that, we will go to see another gate of the city, and for that I can wear my hat. And that is the Mercy Gate according to the Jews, and the Golden Gate according to the Christians. According to what we believe, when Jesus will come back again, he will enter to the city through there. That is the site that, according to King Herod, was the main entrance to the Christ, to the temple. And the view from here is amazing. You can see a Muslim cemetery next to it. And this is the wall. Some of it are from ancient time. If you will excavate, you will find more of it. And some of it is from the 16th century, built by Suleiman the Magnificent. But we are heading to the gate. For us, it's part of the story of Mary. That's where Johanna and Joachim actually kissed each other, and 9 months later she was born. Look how beautiful it is. This is Mount of Olives. We'll go to the viewpoint here, and you can see the tomb of Mary right there in the valley. This is St. Stephen Church. That's where they stand, St. Stephen. And this is Garden of Gethsemane Church. Garden of Gethsemane Church is where Jesus was betrayed by Judas. For us, the most important story is about the tomb of Mary and the assumption of her from there to heaven. You can see a little bit the top of the Ascension Church as well. The tomb, the Jewish tomb, cemetery. And the Golden Gate is right in front of you. It's the only sealed tomb, gate. No one can go into it. And there's so many questions. Who did it? Muslims, Crusaders, we don't know. Then we have to walk all the way down to the Kidron Valley, Josaphat Valley, two names for the same story. Another thing that you can see from here is the Mormon University and the Hebrew University on the top of Mount Capos, which is for me part of Mount of Olives. And I don't want to walk on tombs. For me, it doesn't matter if you're a Muslim, Christian, or Jew, or any other religion. You're a human being, and I have to. And for me, it's holy tombs. Then you can see there. Done. That man was right. I'm so happy that I didn't take a video there, because I cannot lie. I knew that I will upload that video, and I want to be a very good person. You can see the lion gate, the lion's gate, and you can see the lions here. That is the reason for the name of the gate. What's happened to all those noisy cars today? Yeah, I have to climb all the way up. Don't like it, but I will do that. Let me show the Lion's Gate from here. Then, as you can understand, we are outside the old city. Oh, there's a group. Look like a tourist group. Maybe Israelis, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, Israelis. You can hear the language. No, they are totally not Israelis. And this is so rare to see. Wow, there's a group here. Quite slippery here. Have to be careful, please. Now, we know that at the beginning Mary wasn't the most important figure, but later on, at the 6th century, she became very important as the Mother of God, as the figure of victory, the figure of sorrow later on. Eva Maria. Eve. I'm here because I want you to see the area of the Tomb of Mary. It's difficult to see from here. That church was built in the 6th century. And later on, at the by the Crusaders, and most of the things that you will see are Crusaders. And it used to be higher than that. The Muslims destroyed the monastery and the church, and they left the tomb of Mary, mainly because they believe in Mary too. I forgot to mention that the church, the Crusader church inside Bethesda, the place that we couldn't enter because I'm taking a video, was dedicated to Mary as well. I could take you to see where Mary was born, but it's not a problem because I do have so many videos of it. This is the first time that they asked me to get a permit for that. I might add it into it as well. Then I will take you to the Birthplace of Mary. They have a beautiful acoustic sound there that I could sing for you. I wanted to sing for you. Hey! Thanks God, my daughter asked me not to do that. But my daughter is not here. You can see a little bit of the line of the Golden Gate there. And this is St. Stephen. We saw it from the top. See, even that church is closed. I don't know what's the time now, but I'm almost sure that I'm before 12 o'clock and the church is supposed to be open. Then we already know that the angels, some are there. Mount of Olives told Mary that she's got the last days on earth. She fell asleep at the Dormition Church, and they took her body to the Kidron Valley, which used to be a cemetery area until today. Until today, look at that. This is the Jewish cemetery, and remember, Mary was a Jewish woman. But at the Dormition Church, when she fell asleep, Jesus took her soul immediately. Then when they took her body, it was without a soul itself. It was around, let's say, she fell asleep, or they told her that she will fall asleep at August 13, and we are at August 8. I'm doing that video because I'm afraid that soon we will have another lockdown, and I won't be able to even travel here. And he took her body into heaven. Then the tomb is empty, and now she is with him. She's not supposed to come back, just like Jesus, suppose. But here it is. Then, before we will light candles inside the church, first we'll take a video of it, and no hats. And let's get used to the darkness, because it's dark, as you can see. There are around 49 stairs here. If it's difficult for you to walk down, then it is a little bit steep. And don't forget the stairs that we just used now. On the way to the tomb of Mary, let me tell you that today it belongs to the Greek Orthodox. It used to belong to the Catholic. Now it belongs to the Greek Orthodox and the Armenians. They have rights to pray here. There are two chapels on the way. And we're talking about Mary, then all the stores will be about it. I love the incense. Yeah, it works. There are two tombs here. This is the tomb of Anna, the mother of Mary. And this is the tomb of Joachim, the father of Mary. You can see the angel visit them, and they are hugging itself and kissing themselves. You can see it? that this is the tombs of the parents of Mary. But there is another story that connected to Mary. And it's about St. Joseph. We don't know what's happened to St. Joseph. But what we know is that what we believe here, at least the Greek Orthodox, is that he was buried next to the parents of Mary. And this is the tomb of Joseph. You ask me what's happened to him? Now you know. The smell of the incense. Oh, sadly I cannot buy some candles here. All right, then I will do that at the whole city. This is the tomb. First of all, the church is in the shape of a cross. Before we will enter to the tomb, let's talk about the Ascension. You can see Greek Orthodox and Armenian version, which are almost the same. Here, you can see the Dormition. Mary holds the soul of, Jesus holds the soul of Mary. What you know is usually Mary holding Jesus. And here, in that place, you can see another version of it, but there is something that I want you to see. According to the Proto-Evangelion of James, when the disciples started to took the body of Mary, one Jew tried to stop them, and you can see that someone cut his hand. Very anti-Semitic version of it. Let's go into the tomb, and because no one is here, I can will be able to talk. You can see the sarcophagus that cover that place, which is not from her time, but you can see the rockets of the tomb right there. Remember, she's not here, and they wanted you to see that she's not here, and she took her soul up to the sky. And Mary is now sitting at the right side of Jesus. The mother and the son are together. Here, you can see Mihrab, which is facing to Mecca. Remember that a lot of the years, many years, the Muslims control Jerusalem, and Mary for them is very important, and they use it as a mosque as well. The most important figure of Mary is in front of you for the Greek Orthodox. The icon of her. Look how beautiful she is. And the Jesus Nativity as well. Amazing. We did it. We visit so many places connected to Mary, and the Assumption from here will be in about a few days. Again, this is the tomb of Mary. And the only place to touch it is from here. Oh, these are the candles. And now there's more light. Great. I may have to climb all the way up. Before I will go out, let me rest a little bit. Thank you for watching this long and amazing video. See you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe me. Bye bye.